What was your worst I tried to tell you moment? I have a best friend Tyler who was dating a girl Marisa. He was an engineer, super nerdy dorky, spent the majority of his time playing Warhammer and magic, but had a kind heart. He was a hopeless romantic, would literally speak poetry about the women he fell in love with. He was such a genuine soul, which was why he and I have always been such good friends. He met Marissa on a dating site. They talked for months and started seeing each other pretty regularly. He showed me a picture of her, and she was absolutely gorgeous. He told me how she was a model, had a degree in computer engineering, and that she had a lot of guy friends, but was really suspicious of men, so they were taking it slow as a result. She didn't want to tell anyone that they were dating, didn't want to put them as a relationship on Facebook, and never introduced him to her friends, although she met his instantly. I had the feeling that she was already dating someone, and that my friend was just the other man. I warned him, told him that I felt like she might not be honest about something. But he kept telling me that it's because of something that happened to her, that I can't tell you about. I didn't press it. I let it drop, and instead was the good friend and tried to help him when they got into fights. She was very erratic, would constantly tell him she didn't want to see him, then instantly start telling him how special he was, how much she loved him, etc. She was intensely jealous of me and our friendship, to the point where he got uncomfortable talking to me for a time, and then later to where he was afraid to tell her that he was talking to me. They broke up and got back together a lot, and then she moved to Seattle, supposedly to work for Microsoft, and they decided to do long distance. It was during then that things got really rough for them. She would stop talking to him for days at a time, without any explanation, then be short with him, say she was too busy. Then they kept breaking up and getting back together again. He sent her a ring, and they got engaged at one point while she was moving over there. All I could think was, what the actual f are you doing again? I tried to tell him that I thought her behavior seemed strange, because she had made a second Facebook account and wouldn't even add him on it, let alone announce to people that she was engaged. He didn't even know her family at this point. He told me that she had said she was assaulted by a family member and multiple other boys, that all of her guy friends kept trying to force her do things with them, and a few other stories that seemed highly unlikely to me, and just seemed so outlandish that it seemed like a clear cover-up for a woman who had another man. She ended up coming over from Seattle one weekend, and everything fell apart. She wouldn't let him touch her, talked and flirted with his friends the entire time. Ended up blowing up in a fight towards him, and screaming at him, storming out of his house where she was staying. This time he broke up with her. He told me he couldn't handle the stress of being with her anymore, trying to make her happy to be with him and be happy with him, and felt like she had been seeing someone in Seattle while they were together, given how rarely she talked to him. With my encouragement, he blocked her on social media, where they texted most of the time, and her phone number, and was absolutely heartbroken. He spent a whole year depressed, thinking he was a fool, that he would never find a good woman. And I tried to help him, but there was only so much I could do for a friend that had been so thoroughly used by a woman for 3 or 4 years. Eventually, she tried to reach out to him on her second profile, and he agreed to talk to her. But he told me that after that meeting, he was sure that she had never been serious about him, and he just existed to make her feel better, or to be there for comfort. It was sad to see him so morose about his love life, and I knew that much damage was going to take a long, long time to heal.